Hi, it's Susan Pierce Thompson, and this is the weekly vlog. And I want to let you know that I'm recording this right now at 4:30 in the morning on Monday, October 5th. I know the vlog will be released on Wednesday, the 7th, but I'm recording it early in the morning on October 5th. And this is going to be the second vlog in a row where I'm doing kind of a special behind the scenes launch update vlog, because frankly we don't do launches very often, and they're very intense, incredibly intense. And when I come here to do the vlog, I like to just get real and share what's been on my mind, and usually it's some kind of topic about bright line eating and something I want to share with you. But when launches are happening, that's all there is in my world, so I really have nothing else to say except talking about the launch. But there's some really cool news about it. So first of all, it's incredibly intense. I'm up here at 4:30 in the morning. I've only slept for a couple hours. I've been sleeping, 2-3 hours a day for the last 5 days or so, and so has my team. And I just want to say to my team, I love you guys so much. By my team, I mean the people who work for me for Bright Line Eating, the people who are arm in arm with me helping to grow this movement. I have a rock star team. I mean, people who are just so brilliant and who enrich my life so much, and who we're so in love with each other, we can hardly stand it. I mean, my team is amazing. I just want to put a shout out to my team. I know you're working like a dog. I know you're working yourself to a nub, and all for the service of this vision and this mission that we're on, trying to spread this message to the tens of thousands of people who are eager for it. And on that note, something just a couple hours ago pretty exciting happened. The Bright Line Eating movement, the community, reached 100,000 people. It's actually past that now. It's 101,400 or something like that. I don't know. I keep refreshing the page because it just keeps growing and growing and growing. But 100,000, that's a pretty big milestone. And it happened so quickly. I mean, so I started this officially on August 5th of 2014, and it took 6 months to get the first 1,000 people on the email list in the community. 6 months to get the first 1,000. And that was working hard. Like, really, it's not that easy to get a movement off the ground, because nobody knows about it. And then it took another 8 months to get up to 10,000. And in that time, we did a couple launches. Launches are the best way to kind of get the word out. You release these videos and everybody gets excited and stuff. So 8 months to get up to 10,000, and then 10 days to get to 100,000. This launch has just exploded. I don't know, the food freedom videos are just, they're spreading around. And so welcome to the 90,000 brand new people who've joined the Bright Line Eating movement in the last 10 days. Unbelievable. And by the end of this launch, by next week, I don't know, maybe I'll give you an update. Maybe we'll be at 130,000. I mean, who knows? The videos are only going to be up for another, by the time you see this on Wednesday, I think they're coming down the next day. So the sharing will stop because the videos won't be available anymore. Because I explained last week, I only feel comfortable making the videos available if we've got a boot camp starting. And we do have a boot camp starting. Registration opens today, Monday. You're watching this on Wednesday, but it's opening in just a couple hours here, a few hours, noon Eastern on Monday. And oh my goodness, yeah. By the time I'm with you again next week, the boot camp will have started. And this is going to be our biggest boot camp ever, and it's going to be a really special one because it's going to be the only one, the first one, in the new custom online support community that we're rolling out, that we've just built. We had our online support community housed in Facebook up until now, which was fine. We're grateful to Facebook for their service, but it was not ideal in several ways, not the least of which was that people would sometimes post their stuff on their wall publicly, and they didn't mean to. They'd have to go back into the Bright Line Eating group. That was awkward. So, now we have our own custom website, and shout out to Stephen Gomez who built the thing. Freaking genius. I love you, dude. And yeah, so we're in this new online support community. It's really exciting. So we're going to be refining it as time goes on. We're going to hire a PHP programmer to tweak it and customize it, kind of like Pimping Your Ride or whatever on MTV. Am I dating myself? Anyway, But yeah, it's going to get better and better, but it's pretty cool already. So that's exciting. And yeah, just watching a whole new cohort of people get happy, thin, and free. There's nothing better. There's nothing better. I have the best job in the world, just watching people's lives completely transform. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, I encourage you to check out the 4th video and click through to get to the sales page, the registration page for the boot camp, and check out the comments. That we have like stars, and people have the testimonials down there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what the Bright Line Eating system does in people's lives. I know what it did in my life. Priceless. Priceless to move through the world the way I get to move through the world in this body, with this spirit, with this confidence, born of having my food aligned and being in a right-sized body. There's nothing like it. I mean, when you've been overweight your whole life, I'm sure there's people out here who can relate to that. When you've been overweight your whole life, suddenly being able to live and move through the world in a right-sized body, there's no better gift. Yeah, and anyone who thinks, oh, well, you're yeah, I'm not overestimating. It's really amazing. It changes your whole world. It changes your whole life. The health, the vitality, the energy, it's amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to get to watch probably a couple thousand people at least. I'll tell you next week maybe what the registration numbers were, but I'm expecting at least a couple thousand people. Watch them experience this transformation. So in the meantime, we've got a couple things going on this week. Registration is open. Take advantage of that. We're not planning to do another one of these bootcamp launches for a year. We got a lot of other stuff going on in Bright Line Eating. In particular, I'm going to be busy writing the book, Bright Line Eating, for the next year. Hopefully about a year from now, a little over a year from now, the book will be coming out. So I got my work cut out for me on that. And we've got our first live event we're going to all get together. We're going to call it the first annual Bright Line Eating Family Reunion. That's going to be in April in San Diego. I'm totally excited for that. And I'm going to design and teach a next level bootcamp course. I've got all these bootcampers who've graduated who are so loving living happy, thin, and free. And I've got all this experience, 12 years on this path. There's a lot, the first year is amazing, getting the transformation and getting down to goal weight and all that. That's awesome. That's what the first boot camp is about. But then I've got 11 more years of experience living this way, and there's a lot to teach about that. So I'm going to develop a next level boot camp course for people who are happy, thin, and free and want to maintain it and want, the secrets on the dance of maintenance, we call it. It's its own beast. So I'm going to teach a course on that. So I'm not planning to do another Bright Line Eating boot camp launch for another year. Now, I reserve the right to change my mind about that if suddenly I find a lot of time and can do another one of these launches before next fall, a year from now, then I will. But odds are this is it, baby. So if you're thinking about doing this, I highly recommend you hop on it because, yeah. So, and then the other thing I wanted to mention is you're seeing this on Wednesday probably, or maybe Thursday. That's when this is going to be released. Or I don't know, maybe you're on my website and you're seeing this a year from now. But basically, if you happen to be catching this vlog video in real time, somewhere about Wednesday, October 7th, or Thursday, October 8th, I want you to know that I'm doing webinars, live webinars this week. And I want you to know that the content in those webinars is not going to be only the content that was in the videos. So if you've been watching the Food Freedom videos, it's still worth your while to hop on the webinar because it's one webinar. I'm delivering it live 5 times this week, live. But it's the same webinar, so you don't have to see all 5 of them. That would be boring. Just catch one. And I'm going to stay on the line for extended Q&A afterwards. But there's a whole body of research relating to the psychology of weight loss, and in particular why being heavy is so hard on the self-esteem. I don't think it's what people think it is, and how when you get thin and you start to eat in alignment with your values, certain psychological changes happen, and it's really cool to talk about. So I can't go into it now. It takes a whole webinar to explain it. So yeah, the webinar is called The Badly Behaving Brain, Why 2 Billion People Can't Lose Weight. and what you can do differently. So I highly encourage you to hop on one of those webinars. It will be worth your while. I promise. We'll make it really fun. I think that there's probably going to be thousands of people on each one, so it's going to be a nice group from around the world. And I will be doing extended Q&A sessions afterwards. So if you have any questions, this is probably going to be one of your only chances to, be there live and ask me a question and get my take on it. And if you want any tips on long-term sustainable weight loss and how the brain works in relation to whatever your question is, I'm happy to answer. So anyway, that's me here at 4:30 in the morning on Monday, October 5th, 2015. That's the update. I look forward to getting some more sleep after this launch is over. I really look forward to that. But I wouldn't have it any other way. This week has been amazing. And for the 90,000 people who joined this tribe over the last 10 days, welcome. And we're now 100,000 strong and growing. And Bright Line Eating is... it's my passion, it's my life, and it's my life's work, and I just want to welcome you into the fold. And there's real substance on offer here. We're not playing around. We're really out here to help people achieve their goals and feel good in their body again, and get happy, thin, and free. So that's the weekly vlog for this week. If you have a question that you would like me to address on a future weekly vlog, go ahead and send it in to me, Susan@brightlineeating.com. I'll do my best to answer it, and I will see you next week after the Food Freedom Bright Line Eating Bootcamp for 2015 has started, and I will be teaching that class to the cohort of people. I hope you'll hop on board, and I'll see you next week.